On into the draft.
Cursed Hollow.
And I will get that betting going again. There we go.
Right, since Stormstout actually picked the map, it means that Natus go for the ban, and they go for the same ban they did in last game, which is the Murky. Again, maybe not the greatest ban, but still a viable ban. Since he's, he is a good solo laner, he's a great pusher. And the fact that it's a large map, the last thing you want to be doing on a large map is looking for that egg and trying to deal with a Murky push. So yeah, perfectly viable ban.
Okay.
Let's see what Stormstout response is.
Yeah. I think I might like to see... What did they ban last time?
Alarak.
That's right. So we assumed that was a target ban. They do go with the rag ban. I think that's probably a better call than Alarak, even if there's a strong Alarak player on Natus. Rag is just so powerful at the moment in the game in general. Is also very good on Cursed Hollow.
Yeah, because he allows you to delay tribute with his traits, and also great solo laner, and into the mid late game, great pickup as well with CC chain. That's your Fury Smash is incredibly strong if you have a sufficient CC chain to set it up. And we've seen that Natus has the potential to do so. So it's a good ban. I like it.
Absolutely. So the first pick, Mouth, comes through from Natus. So they're obviously prioritizing that very highly. It was the Rag first pick last map.
Yes, it was. It was.
And they did get their Mouth anyway, didn't they? In
the
that
second
game.
rotation, they got Mouth Meriden in the second bit. And Mouth is one of those healers. He's an all-rounder. They take away the Meriden, they bring in a global. Sensible drafting.
Both strong picks, yeah, absolutely.
I think that could be a deny on Shensh's Meriden. He did show Shensha does bring a good Meriden to the game. You can see he's very aggressive with it. He knows when to stun. He knows when to peel back. And he also, most importantly, great Meriden players are also defined by how much abilities can they put onto themselves before they leap away and start, dancing around with a third win and going back into the game again. And that's a key aspect of Meriden that a lot of players ignore. And Shensha, shows that really well when he plays Meriden, and particularly in the last game as well. The Fosat, great pick, gives you that global, which is fantastic on a large map like Cursed Hollow.
So we do see Gul'dan, obviously very strong wave clear, very good damage in general. I don't think he's particularly special on this map. I love the hero. I play a lot of Gul'dan myself, but I would say this is not one of his better maps. He doesn't have long-range poke to interrupt the tribute channels.
No.
So, he can absolutely still do strong damage and be a valuable pick, but I don't feel like you get more out of him than the other mage options, really.
Yeah, exactly. And one could say maybe he's a target pick, considering the Gul'dan done a brilliant job in the last game. The reality is we didn't see much of the Gul'dan in the last game because the game finished too quickly. So, so I'm struggling to understand the ban here on the Gul'dan.
The pick.
Sorry, the pick. Gul'dan.
It's fair enough. He's a decent hero. There's nothing wrong with him. Just not particularly something I personally would focus on for the map.
What I do like is the Varian pick.
Of course, Varian seems to be very much so rising in both power and popularity, I suppose, in the meta that we're seeing at the moment. Seeing more and more in HGC, a lot of sort of Varian stun comps coming out with heavy lockdown. So definitely think that's a strong pickup for them.
And Stormstout recognized this because what they did in terms of the ban, they banned Grey Main. Now, the Varian into a Grey Main, it is deadly to the Meriden. Because the Grey Main with his rework targets percentage health, and the Meriden has a lot of that. and the variant CC comes in, allows Meriden to not go anywhere anytime soon. So I do like the Greymane ban. And the throw, decent ban, solo laner. We haven't really seen much of throw. It's kind of falling out the meta. We see a lot of great solo laners now, like, you know, in the Rag, the Sonya, the Artanis, but we don't really see the throw anymore. Pure, you know, the Earthquake getting the 100-second cooldown, you know, nerf, I should say. Well, they got an additional 20 seconds, 40 seconds, I should say, from his 1 minute Earthquake cooldown. You know, has seen him fall off the meta slightly. He's still a good hero, don't get me wrong, and he's good heroes in certain compositions. But, you know, we don't really see him very often. So I don't know. Let's see what, in terms of a solo lane, let's see what, you know, Stormstout can bring.
Yeah, indeed. They do. I mean, obviously, Falstad is actually an acceptable laner.
And that's what I was going to say. He is.
Okay, so we've got Alarak coming in, who is very much so a strong solo laner, and also the Rhaegar. So it's interesting. I don't know whether that's a setup for some sort of Bloodlust comp. I don't know that it is really. It isn't a Bloodlust comp. No,
a
strong, you know, just a strong support pick for them. So 2 more spots open for Natus. I'd like to think we should expect to see another warrior out of them. Something a little bit more early game. Okay. Wow. So Zul'jin Tyrael. That's going to be interesting.
Yes, very much so.
Zul'jin without a lot of support there.
Well, he's got the shields and the speed from the Tyrael, and, you know, a bit of healing from the Zul'jin.
Sure. Be interesting to see. Yeah, be interesting to see how that works out for them. Not seen very much Zul'jin at all in either in HGC or in previous rounds of Heroes Lounge. He hasn't seemed popular. Okay, we've got a last pick, Abathur. I love it. That is a very strong pick on this map. I like it because Varian means you have a weaker composition in the early game.
Yep,
and
exactly.
You are effectively taking advantage of that by saying, okay, well, we'll pick a hero that's also much better at scaling into the late game and weaker in the early game, in the Abathur. So that's pretty cool. It also gives them a lot of global presence on the map, a lot of mobility on the map, which Natus just doesn't have in their comp here.
Yeah, exactly. They don't. And most importantly, if the Abathur goes a mine build, he becomes a huge annoyance. He stops any form of rotation, stops any form of ganking, he stops any form of boss control, because they will simply see where you're going. He is like a ward bot in a map like this, which has so much jungle. So I do like the Abathur pickup, and I enjoy it as well because we hardly ever get to see it. I remember when Abathur and Meriden used to be a thing. Maybe they can revitalize it, bring it back.
Maybe they can. Here's hoping, eh? Okay, so we are now into the game, and on the red team, the right-hand side, we do have Stormstout Brewery. Snow is on the Abathur, Velox on the Falstad, Hebe on the Rhaegar, Ziphasaur Sura, on the Alarak. Lost my place, and Frey on the Muradin.
And on the left-hand side, we have Natus Dominari with Shenshur on the Varian, Fridod on the Tyrael, Dabedman on the Gul'dan, Adadovo on Zul'jin, and Hockey Jedi on the Malfurion.
Okay, so here we go into the game. We've got both teams heading towards the mid lane.
Look at the mines at the top.
Yeah. We've got a little ambush waiting here. This could get... I know. Oh, we do see Varian. That is going to be a dead Varian. That's the lovely gank. That was a fantastic gank by Stormstout there. Wonderful move by them, getting them a little bit of early advantage. I like it very, very much. So we do see a couple of interesting things. Falstad, we've got Season Marksman.
Marksman, exactly.
Now, I don't dislike that at all. We've got a double warrior composition from Natus, and oh dear, Falstad, you need to not be having that fight, my friend.
Yeah, do not underestimate the Gul'dan.
No, definitely that was not the plan. He was tanking the minion wave as well there.
Exactly.
So, yeah, Season Marksman. We do also see on the side of the Gul'dan, he has gone for the Q build, the Fellflame build.
Yeah.
Now, I've been experimenting with that a little bit myself recently, but the thing I found
could go down.
with it,
He could go down right now.
Wow.
Here. He's down.
That is 2 kills to nothing.
3 kills now on the top
3 kills, they get a pick up on the Varian. They do get the counter kill on the Alarak there. So that is 3 for 1. But Stormstout really packing a punch and standing up and saying at the beginning of this game, yeah, we're not just going to go down easy. We're going to put up a fight. Yeah. I love it. Fantastic work by them. We do see Rhaegar in the mid on his own there, and we've got level 4 locked in already for Stormstout, and Natus haven't quite got there yet. So we've got the hammer gains, we've got the double cross for Alarak there,
and we nearly got a level lead by Stormstout here.
Yeah, it's over half a level.
And we see Rhaegar going a little bit late for the siege camp, and the Falstad could go down here unless he takes a sip or bases. No, he's going down.
Oh,
he needs to. He can't underestimate the
damage from the Gul'dan is a scary thing. You've got to be careful with that. Now the tribute is spawning, but if we can see a little bit of a delay from Stormstout, Falstad will be able to fly in.
Don't do it, Rhaegar. We see the Meridian going leaping in. The Tyrael following through. Rhaegar is still going down.
So we do have all 4 members of Stormstout are here, but we've got a strong line set up by Natus. They're not going to let anybody interrupt the mouth. A lot of damage going down. Alarak and Muradin both falling very low. Going to be able to get away here.
Now, what you see with an Abathur, when a team picks an Abathur, what you need to do as a team is you have to first acknowledge that the Abathur is not going to win in the early game. What he's going to do is he's going to soak XP, gain XP, and gain XP. How you ensure that he's able to soak and gain XP and do what he needs to do in the early game? You have to delay that tribute. So what we need to do, what we need to see from Stormstout in the next tribute phase is to get a faster positioning in that tribute. Tell the Falstad player to hold back in trying to kill that Gul'dan, and so he doesn't die. And in doing so, just delay. Ooh, and we see the Falstad going down again. Seems like the message hasn't been communicated.
Looks like the Zul'jin counter kill there. So that is good work. Varian obviously does have his Warbringer online now, so that is pretty scary. Zul'jin damage was able to rip the Falstad apart.
Yep.
But timing wise, Falstad is going to be back and Zul'jin is not. So we are going to have a numbers advantage for Stormstout on this tribute.
They're not going to commit to this. The Gul'dan is still pushing top, trying to get the.
So that is a tribute over to Stormstout. Now that's kind of a big deal. As the Abathur comp, if you can get one of the tributes, it means that you don't have to fight for the 3rd tribute. You don't have to fight against a cursed tribute for your opponent.
We see the rotation going top
before those level 10s hit. So
that's one dead Gul'dan.
That is very likely a dead Gul'dan. Yeah, can't argue with that one. Yeah, that is going to go down. So that is another kill. So that is 5 kills to 3. Stormstout still showing a very strong outing in this game. Very impressed by their performance.
And remember, it can only get stronger with the Abathur. Abathur is a mid to late game hero. The fact that they're able to keep up in XP and in some cases actually eke out a little bit ahead is all good news for Stormstout.
For sure, for sure. I will also commend Snow on Abathur. I feel like he's been doing an outstanding job. He's been in the right place the whole time. Whenever the tribute is spawning, you see him on the opposite side of the map, just getting soak. pressuring the lanes.
They should just poke this tributes out. They shouldn't overcommit to this. Just poke it out.
Not. Oh, they do get a
Oh,
pick up, and Zuljin gets
fantastic.
exploded.
The Volstad will follow.
Volstad gonna get taken out. Both the tanks dived on him,
and the Rhaegar,
and then Rhaegar.
But the mouth is a counter kill.
So it is a 2 for 2 here.
We've got 10s active now.
We do have 10s. Oh, there comes the counter strike. And he does get the kill on the Varian.
And the Gul'dan's going to fall.
And that's a double Muradin. Going to kill off the Gul'dan. The Abathur clone of the Muradin is going to block the Tyrael away from the tribute. Job. And Muradin will get that one. So that is 2 tributes to 1. And 9 kills to 6 in favour of Stormstout here. They are currently winning on all fronts in this game. I'm really impressed with what they're doing.
Yeah. Natus have to tighten up. They have to tighten up. At the moment, they are letting the Abathur. They're getting a little bit too aggressive too quickly. They're playing desperately. They need to take a breather, tighten up their game, and then start communicating now how they're going to rotate, how they're going to get camps. The mid game in Cursed Hollow is a very important phase for Cursed Hollow because it allows you, like, you know, if you start getting camps correctly and time it correctly, you can negate a lot of the Abathur push. However, we see the 3rd tribute coming down now, and if Stormstout get this will be huge for them. It allows them to get 13 and continue the snowball going in.
Getting 13 with this curse would be a massive deal for them. They would, oh dear.
The Volstad is pretty low.
The Volstad is low, and obviously Varian is online with his taunt there. We do see the cleanse coming out, blocking the taunt.
And the Great Ancestral.
Great Ancestral. Sanct comes down, maybe a little early there.
Yeah, it was a little early.
Oh, that is a massive Horrify. Huge 4-man Horrify, and Rhaegar's going to fall, but so is Gul'dan. Volstad, however, and in fact that is a 4-man wipe on the part of Stormstout Brewery. They only got the 1 kill on Gul'dan, so that was unfortunate for them. Now, they're still roughly even on XP. They are going to get their level 13s pretty soon after Natus Dominari pick up theirs, which they are just about to do. And that's obviously all down and thanks to the Abathur and the fact that there's no global response at all from Natus, so it's very difficult for them to interfere with that Abathur or to catch him out.
Now, what Stormstout need now in order to make their play, to make their strategy complete, they need to start communicating with that Volstad, and they need to start telling him that you can't be taking free Gul'dan damage. There's been time and time again in which the Volstad has come into this tribute phase on half health or dead. He has to play less aggressively and play more defensively and wait for his team and you know, put that emphasis on and you know, value that the Abathur pick. You can't be that aggressive if you have an Abathur.
No, absolutely. You need to be much more.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Front lining.
Yeah. A lot of damage going down onto the Rhaegar.
Great Sanct.
It is a great Sanct, and Rhaegar will go down. Alarak will follow. The Horrify was also excellent. Volstad's going to fall, and although he's going to get a kill on the Tyrael, that is going to be Muradin going down as well. So that's pretty unfortunate. That is a curse going over on the side of Natus, so they are going to now have a very strong opportunity to bring this game back under their control. They are going for a boss steal. Obviously there's nobody alive to contest this from Stormstout, so they are going to get that one. Abathur is getting a lot of value. He's getting actual pressure through the curse onto this fort down here, using the camp, but not going to get the fort killed, I don't think.
So with the 40 mid gone, the natural thing to do is to push that mid lane, and that's exactly what Natus is doing. They're looking for that 16, and that 16 empowers them to push even more. The Tyrael obviously is negating the Abathur at the bot, and the boss is pushing top. It's looking dire for Stormstout.
It is.
Could they
because
get this keep?
They're pushing 2 keeps, and obviously under the curse, neither of the keeps is active. So Stormstout has moved away from the boss because Natus were positioning so aggressively, but Natus have just pulled back, which allows the boss to get a lot of value on the top keep there. They're not going to lose either of the keeps though, so that's very good news for them. Not losing a keep means that there's absolutely still an opportunity for them to come back into the game. So we did see all 3 forts went down, 2 front walls of the keeps as well have fallen, so a lot of value from the curse there, and
the mule will actually heal up all of the forts. We see mule now and the thing, so it will heal up all the keeps now, back to full health.
But we do see the boss picked up as well by Natus, so they are going to have that pressure coming into the bottom lane as well.
Yep.
And it looks like the team is fully poised to work with this boss push. Zueljin going in, getting some damage on the front wall straight away. Big pull-in by the Alarak, but Muradin taking a huge amount of burst damage there. Got CC'd, managed to get out with a cleanse, but Stormstout are still really trying to deal with this boss. Yeah, it depends how much pressure that Natus put on with it. They are going hard. Taunt onto Rhaegar will be enough to finish him off. Silence from the mouth landed on the Muradin there. Alarak falling low will force the gust from the Falstad just to save the team, and will also cost them that bottom keep. So looks like Natus have got themselves into a good position in the game, but we do now see Stormstout has picked up their level 16 talents.
We have a leave. Somebody has left the game. Heavy.
We do have a DC. The teams have paused.
Now it gives me some time to just put a couple of thoughts on Stormstout's game. I like what they've done. I like the way they approach this game. I like the way they've positioned themselves around the map. There are obviously some key things which they should work on, and I'm sure if they look at the replay, they'll probably identify those things. But if I was a shot caller for Stormstout, they're ready.
Okay, they can resume this one. I didn't remember to set myself as ref, so they have done so. All good.
I would like to say, if I was a shot caller of Stormstout, I would basically say to them, let them take the next tribute or so. Just restabilize. Just restabilize as much as you can. Push out your lanes. It's not that big of a deal if they lose a tribute. Try to gain back that XP lead and get one solid good team fight, and get a wipe. That's probably one of the best chances that they have of actually winning this game.
Yeah.
Like this tribute, for example, not even bothering to get it, which is good. Let them have it. Doesn't give them any value. You still got a tribute threat because you're on 2 and 3. Just get your positioning correct. And the Falstad at the moment might get caught out. Would he? No, fine. He flew
Looks
away.
like he is going to burn his fly to make sure he's safe there. Don't hate that decision. He couldn't obviously see whether there was anybody trying to cut him off between the base and the watchtower. So, I mean, the only thing I would say is Stormstout need to make something happen here.
They do.
If they are passive, we will just see level 20s locked in.
Locked in
considerably earlier by Natus, and that will be a problem. However, I do like this choice. They identified the enemy team is in the top half of the map, and they've just gone in and killed off that fort. Now that does give them a chunk of XP, allows them to start catching up there. But this is the situation where it's kind of crunch time. If they don't contest here at all, we will see the tribute getting picked up by Natus, and they will then pick up a boss as well. And that's something they can't really afford. So, we do see the engage. Both frontliners from Natus have dived in hard, and the Sanct does go down. Horrify is big onto the Alarak. Will finish him off. Muradin also split off. It's going to fall. That is going to be tricky for Stormstout Brewery. Yeah, probably is. Probably is. There's no curse, but there is going to be a boss from Natus Dominari, and that will certainly be top keep. If they push with it aggressively, they've got enough time that they can actually get a couple of kills off the back of it and potentially turn it into game. So we'll see if they can do that. Rhaegar, Cooldown getting kind of a little bit caught out there. Nearly does fall, but Varian's going to show up in time. And here's the team to try and get some pressure. They've got
another got at level 20.
They do have level 20, and they've got an advantage on people. But that is now over. We do have both teams fully up. Now, we should see Abathur picking up the tribute here. All 5 members of Natus are visible. And that will be a curse. I'm not sure how relevant that's going to be. It's going to be tough for Stormstout to defend the core here. They are wisely pulling right back and using the core as a defensive tool. A lot of teams I see don't seem to do that.
Yeah.
But even still, we're seeing huge damage coming out, and there's
Great
the Sanct.
to just negate.
And the Sanct is going to make it impossible for Stormstout to pick up a kill. That means the core is going to go down. Nothing that can be done. Natus Dominari close the series out 2-0. Good games, well played by both teams.